In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful, we want to do this poem for you. We were going to try to do Isabella's poem, but I think, what I'm feeling is that we might need to hear this one before we hear Isabella's poem. Um, this poem on what does it cost? I'm hoping that all this will work out for you here. Me and my technology, extraterrestrial technology is not so good at times. Trying to work this UFO, this camera. I I don't know. I don't know. Someone asked me, how did I start writing poetry? Well, that's been over 50 years ago, a little over 50. And I had an English teacher whose name was Mrs. Mayard, the only black Nubian teacher in all of Tech High School. And school didn't mean anything to me back then. Matter of fact, I had set my minds on being a professional hoodlum and fought every day that I wasn't on the school bus playing houseman and shooting dice in the back or under the Oriental Street Bridge, shooting dice, fighting, where I made my money at times to buy my Stacey Adams shoes and my cashmere coats and my Stetsons and those things that I like to wear when I was a student in high school. I never wanted to be like others. I never was. But one time, I used to come to a class drunk, seriously, and sleep in the back. And I made A's in sign painting and art, and pretty much C's and D's and everything else. But my mother and stepfather had gone down in Tennessee and had gotten some moonshine. I didn't know how powerful this moonshine was, and I remember filling up a Alka-Seltzer bottle. They used to make them out of glass back then. A long, tall Alka-Seltzer bottle. I filled it up with moonshine and went to school that day and drank this bottle of moonshine, and I ended up in her class asleep again, but this time I was snoring, double clutching, I think. She could have had me taken out of her classroom by the police, and you would not be hearing this poem this evening. And she was so beautiful. She was very tall and had deep American Indian in her, and long reddish brown hair that hung over her shoulders. And when she walked like a model on a runway. She was very slender and beautiful, and I was in love with Mrs. Mayard in my own way. And she was the image to me of femininity and of dignity. So I was trying to creep out of her class, halfway inebriated, when the bell rang and woke me up. And she calls me by my name, up to her desk. So I go up to her desk, and my head is down, and she says to me, "You know, I really like you." And she calls my name, Michael, the Archangel of God. And only real intimate people even get a chance to call me that. It's a very holy and sacred name like Siam. Michael, or Michael, El, the strong, who is like unto God, is either a question or an affirmation. Who is like unto God, or who is like unto God? But she says, I really like you, but Michael, I just can't give you a grade. And she says to me, and this is going to be going on, so you can expect that while we're doing it. She says, is there anything you can do? Anything? Can you do anything? And I said, Mrs. Mayor, I don't know. And she says, it's apparent to me that something is going on with you in your private life and home life. And can you just put something down on paper and bring that back to me and tell me what's going on with you? And I told her I would. That was the beginning of me writing poetry. Horrible poetry that she thought was wonderful, and so did the principal of Tech High School at that time. And I don't have a copy of that. And I wouldn't share that with a dog at this point. But that's where all this started. And I somewhat left the drawing and the painting and just started writing. And of course, we didn't know anything about Langston Hughes or Zora Neale Hurston or any of the great black writers. They weren't taught to us in high school. Man, I thought all black people were stupid. And because that's the image that was presented to us about ourselves. I didn't know until I started reading, which was years later. And then I couldn't stop. And sometimes up to 4 books at a time I was reading, trying to read everything I could read and learn. But I want to do this poem for you. And by the way, you know, when my book was published, I made she never got married. She stayed single. I made contact with Mrs. Maillard and got her on the phone, and I said, "You did this for me," and she said to me, "No, Michael, you did that. I just pointed you in the direction of more of yourself." And we made an appointment to meet each other. And I was going to take this beautiful woman who inspired all of this in me a copy of my book, and she passed away before I could get to her. So in a way, every time I read my poetry, I'm reading it to Mrs. Maillard, my first real mentor. So I want to do this poem for you. And once again, we're working the controls of this UFO, and there's no telling what will happen here. Let's see, we don't know. You know, it's complicated. These things. You know, flying these ships and things. It's not easy for a ghetto boy coming from the ghetto of Clifton and Udell Street, growing up. You know, right up the street from Lee's Chili Bowl and things. People are dying every 5 seconds, and Brody's Lounge, and somehow, God was merciful to us and we survived that. To be able to bring you free poetry. Free. Yeah. We want to do this poem. The poem, what does it cost? What does it cost you to love? What does it cost you to love? Does it cost the price of your mouth? Does it cost the price of your bank account? Does it take away your clothes? Does it take and snatch away your body and your soul? What does it cost you to love? What does it cost you to love? Does it cost you your pride? Does it cost you your arrogance? Does it cost you your truthful introspection? Does it cost you your simple honesty? Does it cost you your real authentic repentance? Does it cost you your own acceptance of your own authentic acceptance? What does it cost you to love? What does it cost you to love? Does it cost you your trust? Does it cost you your faith? Does it cost you your empathy? Does it cost you just a little particle of sensitivity? Does it cost you your subjectivity? Does it cost you your objectivity? Does it cost you your secular city? Does it cost you your being retarded, limpid, stupid, dumb, ego tripping, head tucked up your own ass assiduity, Harvard, Yale, Princeton, stuck up sedity, even more stupid stupidity, proclivity, backwards hang gliding, El DeBarge, Apollo, stage dance, sliding, step to the side, thinking paranoid, asinine, jump off a cliff maybe before lunchtime? Does it cost you your little equal consideration? Does it cost you your subordination? Does it cost you your smile? Does it cost you your laughter? What does it cost you to love? What does it cost you to love? Does it cost you the price of your mouth? Does it cost you the price of a bottle of Listerine for your terrible bad breath out of my face? Does it cost you the price of your bank account? Does it take away your clothes? Does it take and snatch away your body, mind, and your soul? What does it cost you to love? What does it cost you to love? Does it cost you your selfishness? Does it cost you your self-absorption? Does it cost you your McDonald's Big Mac and milkshake? Does it cost you your sanctification? Does it cost you your illumination? Does it cost you your humility? Does it cost you basic mobility? Does it cost you subjectivity? Does it cost you your objectivity? Does it cost you your astrological, astronomical, astrophysical, aerodynamic, flying, pulsating, radiating, not working, flashing lights, no more, broke down to the very solid ground, frozen in place, space of space UFO? Does it cost you your buying, your neighborhood, city, and your country? Does it cost you your inner character? What does it cost you to love? 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 Love only costs love. Love only costs love. Not your empty bankruptcy.